Welcome to this beautiful Thursday, and I hope in all the classes behind and the topic that we've taken for the last 2 days, the third day today, peace. And topic is not peace actually, it is the goal that we were talking about. And when we were using the word peace yesterday, उस पीस का एक और मीनिंग है आज के लिए कुछ और समझने को, और उस पीस का जो extension that we want to desire to talk about today is that peace in the knowing that God exists, peace in the knowing that there is an extension which actually binds the whole world together. We always find peace in the doing, and in the doing we keep finding the satisfaction, the fulfillment. However, knowing the peace is so different from doing the peace, no? So what have you been doing that you think is making you peaceful? And what are you doing to achieve the goal that you have? And everywhere that you've not been able to have that joy in the knowing that when we touch peace, when we know peace, then we know God. And actually, God is a very small word, no? To understand. Yeah, God is probably the minuscule part of what He is creating, and only in this human body can we ever get a chance to know that peace, and to know that there is a deep down knowing which sometimes we do not desire to agree. We do not desire to be one with. Because there is a smart mind, the intellectual mind, which keeps telling me now and then that probably this is not all. You're asking it's knowing, doing, or being, doing. Yeah, what is it if I ask you? What is knowing and what is being? Yeah, Pooja?
Knowing could be knowing literally, theoretically. And being is when you have that theory in your experience, then it becomes being.
Yeah. So, we had done a call on knowing and being. Is that not? That where we are, this is a consciousness class, isn't it? So out here, the know that we talk about in English is not the know that we are talking about here. Yeah. We are talking about the higher harmonics here. Yeah. So when we are talking about the higher harmonics, I only know when I be. And I always only be when I know. Is that not? If I do not be, then how do I know? And if I know, then how am I not being? Because आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ही तो तभी आएगी जब तक उसके साथ एक ही नहीं होंगे आप, तब तक तो डूइंग वर्ल्ड में ही है, उससे पहले नहीं. बीइंग वर्ल्ड में आएंगे तो नोइंग साथ आएगी. Yes or no? Isn't it? उससे पहले तो ऐसे ही लगता है ना कि ये करेंगे तो ये मिलेगा, काम करेंगे पैसा मिलेगा. Yeah. So only when we get out of that, when we step onto the bridge of knowing, yeah. So knowing comes from being, and being comes from knowing, because they are equivalent energies, Isn't it? They are equivalent energies. Yeah. So everywhere that we create any kind of confusion for ourselves, what would it take for it to be the simplest, so that it just penetrates into our beings? Yeah. And when it penetrates into our beings, it starts percolating in our system. And then when we allow it to percolate in our system, then how does that happen? When we just allow the walls to go away. Yeah. Walls are of ignorance. Walls are of everywhere that I am unwilling. That is the wall. Yeah. Wall is when I do not, because whenever my intellectual is beating higher, yeah, you get that? है ना? तो वो सुनना शुरू इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है आपको कि आपको बाकी की चीजें सुननी बंद हो जाती हैं. It's just like बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक चले जाता है. जब यहाँ म्यूजिक ज्यादा हो जाए तो बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक 2-4 गाने चल भी रहे हो, सुनता नहीं है वो. Yeah. So everywhere that we create some kind of a confusion, ताकि all of us are knowing, no? All of us are knowing. We practice anything conscious or we don't, all of us are knowing. The only thing is we have put that knowing in a box and then closed it. That's it. And today what are we doing? We're just opening up that box. Yeah. We're just unlocking it. That's it. No, to all of us know. Yeah, the trust factor is so less that I know. That's why any little thing somebody asks, we'll say, I don't know. Any little thing, tiniest of tinies, I don't know. Yeah. But is it that you don't know, or is it that you have not yet aligned to the knowing? There's a lot of difference, no? है ना? अभी वहां तक oneness नहीं आई, वहां तक हम पहुंचे नहीं, वहां तक हमारा trust गया नहीं. That is absolutely understandable. Yeah. But one step at a time, we are just going towards that. क्योंकि हम जो लोअर हार्मोनिक्स हैं, लोअर हार्मोनिक्स से हायर हार्मोनिक्स में जाना ही हमारा काम है इस जिंदगी का, isn't it? यही तो पर्पस है. तो वहां तो कैसे नहीं जाएंगे? कोई भी कॉन्शियसनेस क्लास की नहीं करेगा तब भी जा ही रहा है वो, सिर्फ उसकी स्पीड स्लोअर है. दैट्स इट. है ना? तो जब ये सब कुछ करना शुरू कर दिया तो उसके थोड़ा थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ना शुरू हो गया, ज्यादा करना शुरू कर दिया, ज्यादा स्पीड बढ़ना शुरू हो गया. दैट्स इट. या, nobody can stop us. None of us, actually. Yeah. So, Hetal, is that good? Is that good, Pooja? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Hetal had something to say.
Yeah. So, as I was talking about yesterday, something so disastrous happened to me, and I mean, it was a storm which came, and I was so calm within some time. I guess 5 minutes के लिए कुछ था. It just came and went off, and but then I couldn't just message Malvika. वो इतनी सी बात थी, but मैं message नहीं कर पाई. I typed something, I just deleted because I was ashamed for myself. I was ashamed to do something like this. Somebody tried to trigger me and I got triggered. That was a thing. And I did something stupid. और मेरे हाथ में जो था, I actually accidentally hurt myself also. It was accidentally, लेकिन मेरे intention पहले वही थे कि what is this? I mean, in that anger and what nonsense is going on. For that I was ashamed actually. But then suddenly something happened. something happened, and I was just out of it, like it never even existed. Never. I don't know what actually happened, but then uske baad jo hua was a complete sense of calmness, and like something never happened. And since then I am so normal, and it is a big thing for me, because अगर पहले ऐसे कुछ हुआ होता तो I would have just been entire day night again next day night, I don't know, for weeks, for months, figuring that out कि ये क्यों हुआ, ये नहीं होना था, and all that. So I am, you know, that in that both things wherein I was ashamed of doing something like that, but wherein I later was happy that I came out of it like this, because of the awareness through these calls which I'm getting. And definitely it was something, you know.
But what was the trigger? Why did
The
that
trigger
made
was somebody
you?
said me about my character, which triggered me a lot. That okay, now you don't want to talk because you want to go and talk to other people who admire you, and whatever that thing was. And you know, when you give your 100% into something, and then that thing comes up, when you're so honest and so loyal and so everything, and that comes up, okay, you are like this, that triggered me actually. That triggered me. That triggered me like crazy, and it did. That was a thing.
कल कॉल किसकी थी?
Peace. And that's the
अभी
quote.
क्या ट्रिगर था?
I know.
So you know, anything that comes up on calls will always give you a challenge in the same arena.
Yes.
Same thing. They're just testing you. Where are you now? You get that? And everywhere that you still desire to prove that you're loyal, everywhere that you still desire to prove that you have given your best. Yeah. So what is the proving about? What is it? Yeah. Where are you not at peace with whatever you did or are doing? Yeah. Because देखिए, जब भी हम कुछ करते हैं with an ego mind, yeah, so उसका जो साइड इफेक्ट या आफ्टर इफेक्ट रहता है ना, वो रहता है प्रूविंग, है ना? तो जब हमारा ईगो माइंड से आप नहीं कर रहे होंगे तो आपको प्रूविंग आएगा ही नहीं, आएगा ही नहीं. Yeah. So because the space from where we function is always self-explanatory. You get that? Yeah. The way we function it is always self-explanatory. Yeah. The way we react, respond, operate, it is already talking from where am I coming? You know, what is the direction from where I come in this moment? Or yeah. So the thing is कि जब भी आपके पास ट्रिगर आता है और आप हमेशा बताना चाहते हैं कि मैं ये हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, और ये मैंने किया, है ना? तो आपको हमेशा अपने आप से पूछना पड़ेगा कि ये कहाँ से आता रहता है अभी भी. या और अगर कुछ बुरा लगता है ना, तो एक्चुअली क्या बुरा लग रहा है? उनकी बात बुरी नहीं लग रही है. बुरा अंदर से एनर्जी को ये लग रहा है कि अभी भी ईगो माइंड से ही काम कर रहा है ना, अभी भी वहां से काम कर रहे हैं. This is the disturbance. The disturbance is not what the other one said. You get that? The turbulence doesn't come from there. The turbulence is inside. The higher self is telling the lower self, telling यार अभी भी तुम ego से काम कर रहे हो. समझे? तो जिसको हम बाहर से सोचते हैं वो बाहर वाली चीज नहीं है, जहां पे आप अभी भी उस पीस के साथ नहीं आ सके, एकजुट हो सके. Yeah. And everywhere that you have not been able to imbibe, be one. Yeah. That is the space where you did not allow yourself to fall in love with yourself the way you are. Yeah. And in that falling, you were actually rising in love with yourself. Isn't it? So it came and it went away also very fast, because somewhere the knowing is becoming bigger now. You get it? So when the knowing is becoming a little better, so obviously our behavior and the after effects of anything that happened. Firstly, हम recognize कर चुके, हाँ यार, आज फिर हमने थोड़ा सा खलेरा डाल दिया है ना? Isn't it? और फिर वहां से कि हाँ, अब यहाँ से सिमटना कैसे है ना? आप देखिए, एनर्जी जो है ना, हमेशा हायर से लोअर की तरफ जाती है. क्यों जाती है हायर से लोअर की तरफ? क्योंकि हायर के पास ज्यादा होती है, लोअर की तरफ चले जाती है ना? यू गेट दैट? मगर हमारे यहाँ अभी कोई भी जब कोई एपिसोड होता है तो एक्चुअली क्या बताता है? हमने अलाउ ही नहीं करी जो हायर सेल्फ था उसको लोअर सेल्फ में जाने के लिए, है ना? अलाउ ही नहीं किया. क्योंकि जब टर्न ऑफ इवेंट्स होता है ना, तो सोच सोच के नहीं हो रहा होता, इट इज जस्ट हैपनिंग, है ना? मूवी में सोच सोच के अगला सीन नहीं आता, बस आ जाता है ना? आ ही जाता है वो ऐसे करके. ऐसे ही हमारा रहता है. Yeah. So wherever the peace, we are all knowing, so we exactly know what peace is. Yeah. And we exactly know this is the goal. Communication तब भी गोल वही है किसी के साथ. जॉब है तब भी वही गोल है. पीस. Yeah. है ना? पैसा है तब भी गोल वही है. Yeah. What actions can I take which would always keep me peaceful? Yeah. What behavior can I imbibe that will keep me peaceful? Yeah. What can I play around with so that I am peaceful? Yeah. So anything that I'm doing in the now is actually I desire to be peaceful. So if that is clear, the rest will keep falling in place, you know. है ना? So आपको इंजन ठीक जगह लगा हो ना, डब्बे पीछे अपने आप जुड़ते चले आते हैं. नहीं तो अगर इंजन ही थोड़ा मिसप्लेस्ड है तो डब्बे कहाँ जुड़े हैं? जहां आड़े टेढ़े इंजन वहां आड़े टेढ़े डब्बे, है ना? आधे तो जुड़ भी नहीं पाते. Yeah. So that is how it is. And we'll have, I've taken out an excerpt on this so that, we have something more to go ahead with. And that's around this topic only, because yesterday I was getting that, making peace, and that was giving a lot of issue. Somewhere in the head was not giving us way. है ना? तो सोच रहे थे कि what is peace and what is making peace. Yeah. So let's read a little more and it will come to some better space, I'm sure. The miracle-minded perception would be to make happiness itself our goal and to relinquish the thought that we know what that would look like. What would happiness look like? We never know what's going to happen in a day, a month, a year from now. If we got what we wanted now, then perhaps we would be worse off for it later on. Let's say you're going in for a job interview. You want the job very much, and someone might have suggested to you that you should affirm you'll be getting the job, making that your goal. But a miracle worker makes peace our only goal. What that does is to direct the mind to focus on all the factors that contribute to our peace and leave everything else out of our conscious consideration. Yeah.
Last two lines once again, please.
What that does is to direct the mind to focus on all the factors that contribute to our peace. So the highlights that we have in our head are, I am everywhere, peace, 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 peace. You get that? Am I choosing peace? Am I acting peace? Am I behaving peace? You get that? Now, and leave everything else out of our conscious consideration. Generally, if you're going to take a job, yeah, what kind of a consideration we have? Is that peace or is that so many other things? Yeah, the time that you work, your perks, what is your money going to be? You know, how much are you going to tell them? Yeah, I'm worth every penny that you're going to pay me. Yeah, isn't it? Peace कहाँ रहता है? एक सेकंड वहां तक तो तवज्जो भी नहीं गई होती, अटेंशन भी नहीं गई होती हमारी, है ना? ये होता है कि जॉब या तो बहुत जरूरत है तो मिल जाए मिल जाए मिल जाए. Focus कहाँ है? Where is the conscious consideration? Yeah. The mind, like the physical eye, is inundated with so many impressions at one time that a built-in sensor mechanism brings focus to our perception. It chooses what we'll notice and what we won't. Yeah. So there is a perception which is happening inside. We are perceiving something. Yeah. And the mind is just picking up on that and working. Yeah. Making our goal anything other than peace is emotionally self-destructive. And we are very good at self-destruction. We are very good at it. If our goal is to get the job, then that's fine if we do. But if we don't get the job, we'll feel depressed. Or how will we behave? We will start finding faults in the interviewer, isn't it? ये कंपनी तो ऐसे ही है, लोग बहुत स्मार्ट प्ले करते हैं, they always desire to put the other one across the table down. Yeah, isn't it? And in feeling depressed, we will always make the other one low. Why? Because in making the other one low, वो सुन नहीं रहा होता, but I feel high about myself, I feel better. Why do I like to talk bad about people? Because in talking bad about somebody, I feel I'm good, I'm better. Is that not? मतलब अभी भी शक है ना कि मैं बेटर हूँ, कि मैं गुड हूँ. बेटर की बात नहीं हूँ कि मैं अच्छा हूँ, इस चीज की अभी भी शक है कहीं, कि मुझे हर एक चीज में वो अपने आप को भी प्रूव करते रहना पड़ता है. मैं अच्छी हूँ, मैं अच्छी हूँ, मैं अच्छी हूँ. I'm worth it. Yeah, I'm worth it. So if our goal is to get the job, then that's fine if we do. But if we don't get the job, we'll feel depressed. If we make peace our goal, then if we get the job, that's great. But if we don't, we are still great. We are still peaceful. Yeah. So this is what I meant by making peace yesterday. There is a lot of difference between making peace and making peace. Yeah. So it is not rejection. It is submission to his choices that he has made for us. We keep wishing. We can wish. But he will grant all that is best. Yeah. Submission to that What is best for me shall come to me. That is the submission. Yeah. When we use the word compromise, like Pooja was saying, is that not compromise? Compromising is कि यार ये तो मजबूरी का नाम महात्मा गांधी है ना? अब तो इसको कड़वा घूंट पीना ही पड़ेगा. Yeah. That is it carries a very, very different energy. The Course tells us it's important to set a goal at the beginning of a situation, or it will seem to unfold chaotically. So what is the beginning of the situation? I know I'm choosing peace, and I shall always. Yeah. Supreme God, what would it take for you to support me, have my back on that? Yeah. He always does. But when we ask, before things go worse, then it is just like He's marked presence. We mark His presence in our world in that moment. Yeah, He's always present. We don't mark Him present. Yeah. But when I ask, then what is it? Like I just mark His presence in my universe at that moment. If our goal is peace, we are programmed for emotional stability no matter what happens. Yeah. If we do not get a job, why do we get depressed? Because we are emotionally in an imbalance in that place. We get to that space. Yeah. But when we have chosen peace, then we are always experiencing emotional stability no matter what happens, no matter what. The mind will have been directed to see the situation from a peaceful perspective. Now, this is what is entrainment of the mind. Yeah. The entrainment of the mind is that I have trained it. जैसे animal को tame करते हैं ना, वैसे we have to tame the mind. That is to always choose peace. Yeah. So when I have practiced enough, then whenever that challenging situation comes, it will still poke me, be peaceful. You get that? It'll just throw a reminder there. Yes, this is the time to practice now. This is the time to see the outcome of the practice that you've been doing, isn't it? तो जो कभी-कभी किया होगा practice, वो कभी-कभी के हिसाब से आएगा. हाँ? जो हर पल किया होगा, वो आपको कैसे आ जाता है? हाँ? तो पहले नर्सरी स्कूल में गए थे तो ए पढ़ना नहीं आता था. फिर बड़ी मुश्किल ए आया, फिर CAT कैट आया, फिर सेंटेंस आया, है ना? आज कैसे सामने बुक खोलते ही फ्लटर करते रहते हैं, isn't it? Do you take time? Do you join words? Do you join alphabets to make a word? You've done all that. You've been there. Today it just comes to you. You just open and you start off, isn't it? You don't have to keep going around the alphabets to know what is it not. Yeah, this is the practice, magic of the practice.
Even when there are jumbled words, we can read the full word.
Absolutely. So how it is already telling, no, how well we have practiced that it comes to us so easy today. So the same thing will happen in everything, no? How much have I remembered in every breath that my goal is peace, come what may? Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you might not be speaking, but that is not that you are choosing peace, please. There's a lot of difference in that. Yeah. It is not. When you use the word peace, you really need to know the meaning what we are talking about. Yeah. और कई बारी हम जिप लॉक की जिप बंद कर देते हैं, कुछ बाहर नहीं आएगा, मगर अंदर बहुत कुछ है, वो पीस नहीं होता. पीस के साथ सेरेनिटी के साथ सैनिटी के साथ स्वीटनेस, ये सारा कुछ कनेक्टेड है, one after the other. isn't it? I cannot say एक चीज है दूसरी तो हो नहीं सकती, है ना? एक है तो ये सब होगा, ये सब होगा if I'm understanding this particular word in the right sense. Otherwise, probably I've yet to understand it, you know. Yeah, the nuances of the word. It's the same word. We can play around it a million ways and see where is it taking us. Now, the mind will have been directed to see the situation from a peaceful perspective. If we didn't get the job we wanted, it won't matter so much. Why? Because I matter in my world. Yeah. Why? Because I and my peace matters in my world. Yeah. And I really know what does it mean. I really know what does, when I matter in my world, then what is the sense of that? Yeah. What is the sense of that? What is the joy of that? What is the lightness of that? What is the expression of that? Yeah. We will truly understand that there's something better coming up soon, or that this wasn't really the perfect job for us anyway. Yeah. But in this whole sentence, you will see that it is not any kind of a negation of the other. It is just a change of perspective in my world, of my world, but I am not making anybody small, neither the job. Yeah. If I do not get, वो कहते हैं ना अंगूर तो खट्टे हैं, हाँ? वो अंगूर तोड़ने गई बिल्ली, वो नहीं पा सकी तो बोला अंगूर तो खट्टे हैं. You get that? Yeah. So it is the same way that we do. अगर हमें नहीं मिली तो सोचे ये तो ऐसे ही है. You get that? Yeah. वो वाली चीज नहीं होगी फिर उसमें. वो वाली चीज अंगूर खट्टे नहीं है, मेरा दिल खट्टा है, मेरा दिमाग खट्टा है. Isn't it? अंगूर तो खट्टे हैं ही नहीं. इतना जब ये वाले दिल दिमाग की खटास से दूर हो जाएंगे ना तो अंगूर तो मीठे हैं ही, हमेशा रहेंगे. Everywhere that we've not understood that, are you in this time ready to let all of that go? So we will truly understand that there's something better coming up soon, or that this wasn't really the perfect job for us anyway. We will have faith in God. The miracle is that we will really feel our faith. What is the miracle? The faith. Yeah? The trust. That anything and anything that is happening, it is just for my highest good. Not higher good. Highest good. है ना? अब तो वो कहते हैं ना वो सुपरलेटिव कंपैरेटिव, अब कोई कंपैरेटिव रहा ही नहीं, हाईएस्ट हो गया.
एक बार मिराकल और मैजिक में डिफरेंस बताएंगे प्लीज?
आप बताइए मैजिक और मिरेकल में क्या फर्क रहता है आपके हिसाब से?
I'm unable to differentiate, that's why I put across this question.
No, I got it. But what do you, when you use the word magic and when you use the word miracle, तो आपको क्या गलत सही कुछ तो समझ आता है ना? क्या आता है वो पूछ रहे हैं.
Both are unexpected, I would say, for me.
Okay. What else?
And miracle sounds to be little more connected to outer space or divine.
Great. Okay. What else?
I could get only these two things for the moment.
So magic क्या रहता है ना? मैजिक, मुझे तो ऐसे लगता है एनीथिंग विच इज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल इज जस्ट मैजिक, नो? या बच्चे कैसे वो रेड फ्लावर से ब्लैक स्नेक बन गया, है ना? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल है ना? तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं ना, कुछ भी हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. और मिरेकल क्या है? मिरेकल तो ये है विच इज बियॉन्ड मैजिक, है ना? बियॉन्ड मैजिक. मैजिक तो आप ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन देख रहे हैं ना, ब्लैक से व्हाइट हो गया, फूल से पत्ती बन गया, यू कहते हैं. एंड मिराक्युलस क्या है? जो मिरेकल से भी परे है ना? जिसको हम like if I may explain, like God, divine, whatever is miraculous, no? क्योंकि जिस दिन मैंने उसको पूरी तरीके से जान लिया ना, फिर वो शायद गॉड रहेगा ही नहीं. यही तो मिरेकल है ना. Yeah. And what is the miracle? The miracle is like the trust that I have, just example, the trust that I have creates whatever the energy that I'm trusting. Yeah. Suppose मुझे लगता है मैंने पढ़ाई कम करी, तो ट्रस्ट क्या है कि पढ़ाई कम करी, इस पे ट्रस्ट है ना. या तो वो जो कम है तो वो कम ही प्रोड्यूस करके लाती है. मगर मिरेकल क्या रहता है? मिरेकल इज जो आप सोचा भी ना था, जो ड्रीम भी नहीं किया, हाँ, और वो हो गया. वही है ना मिरेकल. या like it was beyond your dreams, it was beyond your imagination, it was beyond all beyonds, and it just happened. And that's what a miracle is. Yeah. If somebody else has a better version, can come up with that, because that's how I understand it. So I'm just talking about whatever little I know. Yeah. How would you explain, Priya? Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have much words, but I would say
Yeah.
magic is something which I put my time and energy into it, and I create it and I see it changing. That is magic. Miracle is given by the Supreme God. So I am just receiving, and yeah, I'm just receiving the miracles done by Him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I get it. Because, जो beyond energy है ना, वहां से ही मिरेकल आ सकता है ना? जब मैंने समझ लिया तो वो मिरेकल नहीं. Yeah, Anu was wanting to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say exactly the same, that magic is what you create around by what you build inside, and you create, you touch something and suddenly you create magic. And miracle is when things unfold on their own. I mean, what you said, it's totally beyond your perception. When you see automatically things, just happening just like that, I think that is miracle.
Yeah, and miracle comes from a space where you do not desire to understand. You get that? क्योंकि मिरेकल को आप कभी समझ नहीं पाएंगे. कितना समझेंगे, है ना? और आप देखेंगे जो जिनका ज्यादा इंटेलेक्चुअल बिल्टअप रहता है ना, उनको मिरेकल समझ ही नहीं आता. मिरेकल तो हर क्षण हो रहा है, मगर उनको मिरेकल, क्योंकि ना वो उनकी परसेप्शन ऐसे एक वॉल क्रिएट करी रहती है. या दैट इज व्हाई I try to use the word trust there, क्योंकि ट्रस्ट भी ऐसी चीज है आप देख नहीं सकते, है ना? If I say you see trust, you can't see trust, you can just feel it. Yeah, you can just perceive it, and you just know. Again, coming back to the no, yeah, you just know that it is working. If somebody asks me how, Malvika, you prove that that God works, can I prove? No, I can't prove. Yeah, but the whole thing is that it's functional within me.
It is total
and
experience.
I see it. Yeah, it is, because I see it every second. तो कैसे उसको आप नहीं बिलीव करते, who's bothered, isn't it? अपने को तो प्रूव भी कुछ नहीं करना। पर बात तो ये है कि मेरी जो जिसको कहते हैं ना, मेरा धरोहर तो वो ही है ना, my trust, my, you know, because I see it in every second. But yes, if somebody says that they don't, I totally honor it, because obviously they are not experiencing it. तो कैसे बोलें कि है ना?
It is an innate realization,
It's an innate realization.
undescribable.
It's undescribable, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि मेरे से कई लोग बहुत, you know, obviously कई अलग अलग तरीके से आप पूछते हो, not just in this class but otherwise, they will say, how do you trust something which is not even cognitive, दिखता नहीं है ना? और जब जो चीज नहीं दिखती उस चीज पे ट्रस्ट करना कितना मुश्किल है ना? आज प्रिया दिखती है तो ट्रस्ट दिखता है, हाँ ऐनक पहनी है, हंस रही है, दांत पूरे हैं, सब ठीक है ना? पर जब दिखती नहीं है बड़ा मुश्किल है, isn't it? Yeah. So मगर ये रहता है कि जब आप एनर्जी के साथ काम करना शुरू कर देते हैं, है ना, तो आपको जो हम विजुअल्स लेते हैं मेडिटेशन में, है ना, पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट के साथ वो जोड़ जुड़ा यही दिख रहा है मुझे। आई एम लिविंग इट, या यू आर ट्राइंग टू बी इट एंड आई एम ऑलरेडी लिविंग इट। देयर इज लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस, नो? या, एंड when you're already living it, you're already in the miracle. You don't wait for miracles to happen. You're already in there. Yeah. So you're already in there. That's why you can just, you know, and आप उसका वो जो मिठास है ना, वो आपके, you know, you can उसको अंदर एक बूंद जाता है ना ऐसे, तो आपको उस चीज का एक्सपीरियंस रहता है। So all अनुभव, this is all experiential. Yeah. And I wish and pray, and you know, that each one gets that, because if you once get that, you know, it is such an addiction, सब addictions पीछे हो जाएंगे, सभी, किसी का, बड़ी से बड़ी का नाम लीजिए, सब पीछे हो जाएंगे, है ना? क्योंकि जो इसका जो लुत्फ है, जो नशा है ना, ऐसा नशा है जो उतरता ही नहीं। बाकी का तो चढ़ता है और उतरता है, वो चढ़ता है फिर उतरता है, चढ़ता है, ये सिर्फ चढ़ता ही चढ़ता है बस। इसकी डायरेक्शन एक ही है, इसकी उतरने वाली कोई डायरेक्शन ही नहीं है। Yeah. So everywhere that we do not believe in the miracles, everywhere that we do not believe in the miracles, firstly, we do not believe in ourselves. Secondly, we do not believe in the power greater than ourselves. Yeah. So when these two things are missing, and they are quite big, you know, they're quite a big missing link, तो वो miracle भी missing ही रहता है ना? So जब ये ज्यादा आना शुरू हो जाएगा, miracles अपने आप दिखने शुरू हो जाएंगे, because this is the outcome of that. Automatic. Yeah. Good things come to a little clarity. Yeah. Pooja?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Trust is a beautiful thing that you described, Malvika. Very beautifully you put up in words. Because I was always like accused that you trust people. How can you trust? How do you know about you? What do you know about her? I said, I just know. I mean, theek hai, chal raha hai. When probably something inside gives strength to the belief that yes, this thing is building up the trust.
You know, and even trusting that the other person, whatever they do, however they do, that is also a trust, you know?
Yeah.
कि इनको जो जमता है ये वही करेंगे, ये भी एक ट्रस्ट है, नहीं? डिसीजन नहीं है, ये भी ट्रस्ट है कि ये पक्का वैसे ही करेंगे जैसे इनको समझ आती है, क्योंकि हम कर ही वैसे सकते हैं ना, कर ही वैसे सकते हैं, जितना हम समझते हैं उतना ही कर सकते हैं। तो इसलिए उसका ये भी ट्रस्ट है कि हाँ, इसको जितनी समझ आई वहां से फंक्शन करेगा ही, उससे कम से फंक्शन कर ही नहीं सकता है ना, ना उससे ज्यादा से कर सकता है। या great. So let's finish this and then we'll go to the meditation. So we will have faith in God, and the miracle is that we will really feel our faith. It won't just be positive. It won't just be positive, go thrown over our pain. Our emotions flow from our thoughts and not the other way around. Yeah. So if my thought says that there is a miracle happening, then it's happening. Yeah. If my thought says there's a magic happening and I am the magician and there's a bigger magician who keeps working magic through me, then it's happening. And if it's the other way around, then it's the other way around. So everywhere that we have not allowed ourselves to expand into the energy of peace, to expand into the energy of knowing that if I have peace as my goal, then I am so beautifully functional, and the life happens around me in a very easy way. Yeah, in a very easy way. It's not a reactive space. Yeah, it is just an active space. That's it. Active and not reactive. So everywhere that we've not got to that goal which is taking us to the ultimate, everything that is, are you in this time ready to clear, cleanse, erase, release anything which does not allow you? Yeah. And everything that always keeps you out of the alignment with that goal, all the understandings, all the misunderstandings, all the applied, misapplied things, all the levels, layers, lifetimes of that, what would it take for you to be that energy, that space, that consciousness, to be one with that goal so that you have an expansive life holistically? Yeah. So let's come to the meditation. Let's be in a space where we are centered and we are at ease. And we are looking up to a joyful rest of the day and all the days to follow. Let's close our eyes and let's nourish ourselves with peace. Firstly, knowing what peace exactly means. Secondly, if we make peace a goal, how would we create our future? The future is coming from now. So first, how will that create this moment that will seep into the future that we are trying to create? Everything in our life seems so outcome based. Outcome based. If I do this, what am I going to get? If X is my goal, what am I going to achieve out of that? If Y is my goal, what is going to show up as an outcome after that? And if we create peace as a goal, what can you imagine or dream the outcome of peace as a goal be and show up in your life? If you understood peace in the right sense, if we choose peace in every moment, firstly, what conservation of energy are you choosing? And what is the degree of conservation of energy that you are choosing? And if you are choosing this conservation of energy, what is that conservation giving you? Is it giving you an overflow of energy? Is it making you feel enthused? Is it making you feel full of zest and zeal? Is it going to make you all spirited? If you choose peace as a goal, how would your conversations be with people? Will they be rebellious? Will they be reactive? Will they be pokey? Will they be jolting? What will they be like if you choose peace as a goal? What would your relationships be like? Will they show up like I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right? Will they be showing up in pain? Will they be showing up as aggression? Will they be showing up as putting down the other? If you choose peace as your goal, how would your health be like? Will you have a body that is full of diseases? Will you be experiencing pains? Will you be solidifying energy? Will your body show up in freaky ways? And if you have peace as a goal, how would your financial reality look like? Will there be an inflow equivalent to outflow? Will there be inflow as less and outflow as more? Will there be excess inflow and less outflow? Or will inflow be equivalent to outflow? If there is a clarity in our goal, how beautiful life becomes. There is just like three kinds of clarity which are required. The first, knowing who you are. The second, who is Supreme God. And the third, what is your goal? In this one goal, you're covering infinite smaller goals, short-term goals that you might be having time to time. What if from today onwards, every night when you hit the pillow, is spent like the last 10 minutes last 10 minutes to yourself, going through your entire day. And then making a checklist of how much could you hold on to peace today. If you mark it on a graph 1 to 10, where was the graph today? Then the second, how many moments in the day did you remember the Supreme God? Were you connected with it always? Were you connecting with Him once in a while? Were you connecting with Him only when you were finding moments tough? Or were you remembering Him most of the time? This self-evaluation is so beautiful. Then the checklist has how much anger was I holding on to today? How many times was there an outburst? How many times did you use words coming from the toxicity? How many times were you finding faults in others and circumstances? How many times Were you cursing your luck? How many times? Were you not finding yourself fortunate? And you already know. When you do not find yourselves fortunate, that means fortune stands for this part is yet not tuned. This is up for tuning. It is already indicating this bit of you has to be aligned yet. You have to make peace with something that is not allowing you to be in alignment yet. God has granted us this entire beautiful life to tighten up our screws and to attune ourselves to the real. And from now onwards, we have to do this, the alignment bit, at a very faster pace. There is lesser time and more work to do. And whenever there is lesser time and more work to do, you do not have to function from fear. Rather, you have to start functioning from intensity and start intensely working on the aspects which are yet not giving you ease. Peace is the serenity. And you know how the goal, if you make peace, how serene do you become? And it's not just on the topmost layer. When we talk about serenity, we're talking about everything internal. I can pose to be serene, but whenever I am posing, the trigger will come and check me out and fail me. But when I am internally serene, I'm internally peaceful, then any trigger might come. It will not jolt me. It will just shake me a little and go away because it will not be in a capacity to uproot me and throw me. How beautiful it is when we start working on the core and when we start working towards the goal, especially when we have clarity over the goal. What does that mean? My outside world is the mirror of whatever I am inside. My outside world is just the exact picture of my internal state. If I'm all confused inside, then all that I find outside is confusion. In my talk, in my walk, in my relationship, in my job, everywhere. But if it is the opposite, the opposite of confusion is peace. The opposite of confusion is serene. Then everything outside seems so serene. How vital is peace in our life? Peace is a prerequisite of creating a life beautiful. A life that is stable, a life that is calm, a life that is happy. And sometimes to me, peace seems another word for God. He created this entire creation so much from just a smile of His. And whatever we have made out of it, created out of that beautiful creation today, all messed up, even now He seems to be all smiling, giving us infinite chances to step into peace, just reminding us of our goal, just pinching our bums a little, asking us to know what we can create. If we knew what goal is going to create the most for us. And you know, this goal as peace can only come from the knowing. Because the knowing always comes from the truth. What is true? Let's connect to that part in our body which is not at peace in this moment. Whatever that part is, let's put our entire focus there. the focus of energy there. And what is the commotion that you encountered, that you went through, the trauma that is not allowing you to experience peace in that part of the body in this moment? Let's put our entire attention on the upper back, just below the neck, where everything seems to have become stiff. Is this an inner child issue? Is it that something happened when you were a tiny baby? Something which was just not close to peace, and the energy is still stuck up here? The trauma of the inner child. Let's ask this energy to leave our bodies once and for all. What is the intensity of pain that you're experiencing here? What is the kind of stiffness that you're experiencing? Is it that it is talking about the weight of the thoughts or the people around you that you had to go through unknowingly? And the people around did not have some very great elevating thoughts. In that moment, what happened when you were 4 years old? Is it that something happened that is stuck up from that time till now? Were you 6 when something happened? So what all happened when you were 6? Somebody touched you wrongly. That does not allow you to choose peace today. Were you carrying the guilt of the weight of the guilt? of that episode which you are still carrying, and you did not dare talk to anyone about it. As you felt there was a lot of wrongness with the episode, and if you would ever share it, people will make you wrong. Let's say goodbye to this now. The bags have lightened. The energy is still releasing. Still releasing. Everywhere that you have not been able to forgive the person concerned, are you in this time ready to let all of that go? Everywhere that you have not been able to forgive is the accumulation of sort of solidified energy, the solidified energy of abuse that does not allow you to choose peace as a goal now. Let's take a long deep breath. Let's thank the body that it cooperated, it aligned with your ask, and it released. Release the toxic to give you some relief, allowing you to come closer to peace and to see peace as a goal now. Whenever we talk about peace, it is about making peace with the past, making peace with the present, and making peace with the future that we do not even know of. Whatever it is, let's take a long deep breath. And let's spread this peace everywhere. Allowing the intoxicating energy to just spread, 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 and allowing it to multiply and amplify. Everyone's life living reality body business. And there now. Let's take a very long deep breath. And take the white golden light from the Supreme and just start infusing it into that space in your back, the upper back, where we have released, asking this white golden light to heal, clear, cleanse, and then fill it up with this white golden light. So that you never take to abusing yourself and allowing yourself to choose peace from now onwards. Let's take another long deep breath, connecting to our bodies which are quite at peace in this moment. And whenever you desire, taking your own sweet time, you can get back. And I shall see all of you again tomorrow.